What's up, duelists? If you watched my video yesterday and you stayed all the way to the end, you saw a sneak preview of this deck right here. Relinquished Frog. It's pretty pog, if I do say so myself. This is one of the cooler decks that I think I've brewed up. It's not the most interesting in terms of deck building. I mean, there are a few little interesting decisions like one Foolish Burial, one Dandelion, one Djinn to have sort of like a Foolish Burial package in the deck, but for the most part, it's pretty much just Relinquished jammed into a Frog Monarch deck. But the concept behind it is, I think, where it really shines. The issue with Frog Monarchs for me is that you're making one play every turn. Against good players, they will just use their trap cards until you run out of gasoline, and then they will put together a big push and OTK you on a turn where you don't have Battle Fader. That's pretty much the issue with Frog Monarchs for me, is that it's stuck to one play per turn. However, when you incorporate Black Illusion Ritual and Relinquished, you can make 2 plays per turn. So even if your Monarch gets stopped, you can summon Relinquished, and you could even sometimes use Djinn to lock your opponent into making 1 play per turn. So you kind of do the thing that you were having done. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. The sideboard is very straightforward. We have extra defense in Battle Fader Trag. We have triple vanities for unfair decks. We have Burial because everyone and their mother is going to be trying to remove our Treeborn Frogs. We need to stop that from happening. We have Twister for Royal Oppression. This deck is a little bit weaker to Royal Oppression than your average Frog deck because we do have those Black Illusion Rituals. We do have the Relinquish stuff. And then Double Dust, of course, for also, Royal Oppression. 1 Threatening War, 1 Phoenix Wing Windblast. These are kind of just catch-alls. I don't think they're, exceptional or anything, but Threatening War is pretty good against, Gladiator Beasts, which I think is more popular than it usually is right now. Overall, the sideboard is pretty straightforward. I mean, Cyber Dragon, DD Crow need no explanation. They're pretty straightforward stuff. This is also one of the decks you can build fairly easily on a budget because you actually don't need any extra deck monsters except for Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. You don't synchro at all with this deck. So I think this is definitely one of the more budget friendly, more family friendly, let's say you're raising your 6 children and you need to set aside some bread for a fucking, Edison deck or whatever. I mean, this is the deck to build. It's fairly cheap. The most expensive card in this deck is probably Caius or maybe Preparation of Rites. I don't know when this was last printed, but yeah, it's probably Caius, and Caius is a couple bucks. So it's a pretty affordable deck. If you're looking for something to get into the format, I'd recommend this. Another hidden synergy that I'm just now remembering, Soul Exchange plus Black Illusion Ritual. That's pretty hype. Okay, that's why I made this deck. That's really why I made this deck, for the hidden synergies. Let's go ahead and get some games. Again, on our way to 6K, almost at 6K subscribers. If we hit 10K by the end of the year, I'm going to do something big. I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to do something absolutely unhinged. Even more unhinged than Relinquished Frogs. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but it's going to be something. It's going to be something. We got a game versus Alfred 1. Alfred 0 must have been taken. Let's go ahead and pick Rock. Hopefully we can win Rock, Paper, Scissors and just start today off with a W, okay? He picked Rock. He's probably going to pick Paper next. Yeah, I knew it. Alfred 1 was definitely a Rock and a Paper kind of guy. Definitely a Rock and a Paper kind of guy. We mixed him up with that Scissors. We mixed him up. Okay, opening hands. Actually pretty solid. We can summon Swap Frog and send Treeborn. That reveals our hand a little bit. It might be a little bit better to just set Treeborn Frog, but yeah, that's probably fine. We don't have the other half of our Relinquish combo, which is a little annoying, but maybe we can do some stuff with Mobius and Morbius. It's Mobin time. Please don't get an Aaron. Please don't grab an Aaron. Come on, man. It's the first game of the morning. Please don't grab an Aaron here. Please don't do that. Don't do me like this. Let's not see an Aaron. Okay, thank God. That's so good. Okay. Stratos, we take those. We take Stratos. That's fine. Stratos, kind of annoying, but whatever. He sets a back row before summoning his Stratos. Interesting. If I was playing fairies, you might want to summon the Stratos first to see if I Herald of Orange light it before shedding this card. That's something you want to think about, so bit of a sequencing error from Alfred here. He searches Destiny Hero Plasma. That card destroys our deck, so we got to save this brain control. Got to be careful about how we use our brain control here. Banish is malicious. He must have drawn 2. 2 back row is good for us. That means our Morbius is going to be feasting. You know what I'm saying? Viewing the extra deck. That's crazy. Already viewing the extra deck. What did he mean by this? What did he mean by viewing the extra deck right now? E-call first. E-call after setting the back row. This is a weird sequencing from the opponent here. Alfred 1 searches Prisma. Interesting. Okay, this is really interesting. This is a play, I guess. E-Telly into Krebins. He's already set both these cards, so they can't be activated if they're further quick plays. Is he going to go into Bryonic? What is he going to do? This play isn't good 99% of the time because your guy just gets popped by a Raikou. So you just -1 into Raikou. But it is going to work out here for the opponent. He is going to be able to punish our lone Treeborn Frog set. That is fucking annoying. Hopefully we can find Soul Exchange. That'd be the best possible card here. Soul Exchange would be really good. Yeah, that doesn't get banished. Stays in the grave. Caius, not ideal. Not ideal. I think it might be not from the grave, only from the field. Okay. What are we doing? We got a couple of options, right? We got a couple of options. I think the obvious one is just pitch, dupe, special swap, and sack for Caius. That's the least interesting one, but it's probably the one we have to make just because of the nature of this game. We're going to special the Swap Frog now. Go ahead and send Treeborn Frog. And then we'll sack for Caius. Maybe we should have summoned this in attack and then attacked there, but I'd rather get the Goyo Guardian out of play. This is going to banish the Goyo. He's going to chain material. That doesn't... No, he has Solemn Judgment. Okay, so that's awesome. That's really cool. He happened to open really powerful against us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 limited cards. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. However, he is down to 4,000, so... Next turn, if we can pick up Black Illusion Ritual, we might have game, which is crazy. That is pretty crazy. Black Illusion Ritual, maybe even Manju could get us game. Who knows? We know his other back row now is a blank. Standby phase, okay. He could summon that Plasma. I keep thinking Prisma Plasma. I keep getting them confused, but he could summon that Plasma here. The issue with that is it's just so weak. You can just attack over it at this point. So there's no real reason for him to actually do that. He could go Prisma hit for 45, which is fine. We don't mind that. Chain Material is interesting. The hell is that doing in his deck? This is a weird deck. This is a weird deck for sure. Okay. Can you go? Please go. Please take your turn. He's thinking, bro. All right, minute in the draw phase. All right, we'll give him another minute, I suppose. Deck must be super complicated then if it's doing this shit. Okay, there's Prisma. That's fine. Sure, you have to reveal a fusion. Obviously, that's something you have to do. That's what it says on the card. You have to reveal a fusion first. Okay, Destiny and Dragoon. All right, this is an interesting one. This makes sense. This makes sense that it's what he's doing. He's going to send Plasma. Interesting, he's not going to send Dogma. We know he has a Plasma, so if he goes for a Polymerization, he can't actually fuse into Destiny and Dragoon with what he's got unless he has another Dogma in his hand or something. So there's that. This is all okay. You can continue your turn now. You thought for a full minute, did this, and now we're waiting for another minute for this to happen. This is interesting. This is why I'm glad we saved the brain control. He's going to summon the Dogma. Okay, what does this do? If he You still control this face-up card during your opponent's next standby phase. Have your opponent's life points. This is worse than just leaving the 3 monsters in play. IMO. But at least he's going to put us kind of low. 2300 is pretty scary. So standby phase, we're going to take 2300. And then we'll special summon Treeborn Frog. The Djinn is interesting. He could be very useful. He could be very useful. We do need to clear this little guy. Or we could just kill him. I think we kill him. If we just Morbius pop nothing, we kill him through Gores too. So I think that's the plan. We're just going to pop nothing, brain control his guy, and then attack for lethal. That Solemn Judgment's going to cost him the game, and getting a little too antsy with his defense. What are the chances he has a Battle Fader here? None. Haha, let's go. Deserved. Alright, Vanity's Fiend, pretty insane. DD Crow, obviously very good against Destiny and Dragoon, if that's what his plan is. However, I don't see us destroying... What is it? I don't see us destroying Destiny and Dragoon that easily. Like, I don't see it, like, dying that easily. I think we might want Dusties and Twisters if he's on, like, Mask of Restrict. I could see that type of deck being on Mask of Restrict. I could see that, for sure. Maybe as a hedge, we'll just bring in 1 Dust Tornado. So we'll go triple Vanities, 1 Dust Tornado. We'll go ahead and we'll cut... maybe Gores. I don't really want to be taking those big hits. I'll cut... I think... 1-for-1 usually gets worse post-board. Unifrog doesn't seem that good. We could use the Dust Tornado in the place of that. We'll keep the 1-for-1 for now, but... maybe we don't bring in the Dust. Maybe we just cut one of our other dudes, like Morbius. Sorry guys, I keep saying the name wrong. We cut Morbius, and then we go into the triple Vanities. We'll keep it simple. Right? Like, this doesn't have to be too crazy. Okay, this hand's insane. I mean, we have a turn 1 Relinquished lock, so... as long as he doesn't have a trap card to interact with us, then we should just win the game. Just a set monster, that's perfect. That's honestly exactly what we wanted. We're going to go ahead and Preparation of Rites. Go grab Relinquished. And then we can Black Illusion Ritual. Tributing the Djinn. Special Summoning Relinquished. This also gets the Djinn in the graveyard. Further Preparation of Rites become 1 card Relinquish lock. We're going to activate Relinquish, target his monster. And now he's kind of fucked. Like, there's just really not much he can do about this. He can summon 1 monster per turn. He said a Snowman Eater. Interesting. He can summon 1 monster per turn. And we can just deal with that however we see fit. We're going to set the Dupe Frog 2 to make sure our Caius is online next turn as well. He can no longer special summon. So he can only summon 1 monster per turn. Relinquish can't be destroyed by battle while it's equipped with a monster. The monster that's equipped will be destroyed instead. And then we can just take the 1 monster he summons. So it's a way of locking him out of the game pretty much permanently. Unless he finds a trap card to out this. I don't think he had a trap card because he didn't set one. So I think we're actually big chillin'. I think we're actually in a pretty good spot here. If he just sets a monster, then we'll go for Caius. Banish the monster. He's going to Typhoon. Okay. So he had Typhoon. He left it in post-board situation. That's just a boarding error on his part, but it's going to work out well for him here, unfortunately. Yeah, that's whack. And he top deck Stratos too. That's really whack. Ugh, gross. That's okay, though. That's okay. Sometimes we get punished by this shit. Yeah. See, I was hoping he wouldn't leave these in post-board, because against Frog Monarchs, you're really not supposed to. If I'm going to be real, you're really not supposed to. Ooh, that's pretty good. What does that do for us? That establishes the dupe lock, I suppose. However, I think I'd rather just get Treeborn going. And then have a soft dupe lock. Yeah, let's try that. And let's also thin the deck too. We'll sack here. Go get swap. Send substitute. Oh my goodness, the lag. We're going to sack the Swap Frog, go get Treeborn, sack the Treeborn, go get Swap Frog. Where's our third Swap Frog? Are we only playing 2 Swap Frog in this deck? I might only be playing 2 Swap Frog. That's something I didn't recognize. That's a decent cut, actually. I'm a goated deck builder. Holy shit. Yo, yeah, we'll go ahead and sack this guy. Go get the Dupe Frog. We'll leave the last Treeborn in deck. I think that's the plan. Don't want to play into a Soul Release or like a Book Kaiku or anything crazy here. So we'll just establish the Dupe block and pass the turn. If he's able to summon 2 monsters, I mean, we saw he's capable of bursting out stuff last game thanks to E-Telly. If he's able to summon 2 monsters, he can Plasma us, which would be a bitch, but I think we're okay. He can't actually attack over our monsters here if he knows how these cards work. There's a chance he doesn't. The way he was playing this game and the last game leads me to believe he's probably a newer player. Leads me to believe he probably doesn't know what these cards do. We'll see. We'll see. He has to attack Dupe Frog if he wants to attack here. Okay, here's Prisma. So that's 1 monster. He has to reveal a fusion. He's going to reveal Destiny and Dragoon yet again. Okay. Totally chill. Totally chill. This is going to send Dogma. Okay, so now he can Polymerization into Destiny and Dragoon. That is something he can do. No, he's just going to go for the E-Telly. He opened E-Telly Stratos again. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. That's super lucky. Now, he could go for Bionic. He could go for that, but I have a feeling he's going to go for Plasma instead. Plasma is a bit of an error here, though, because it's so weak. It doesn't do anything. Well, at least I don't think it does anything. Yeah. Yeah, he's going for Plasma. That's really interesting. Yeah, it's so weak. It's just going to be 1950, so we can just run it over with Caius, basically. The way this works is it's a one-sided skill drain, which is cool. Like, that's powerful against us, but it does have to have attack points. Wow, he's actually going to take the Substitute. That's crazy. No, you always take the Dupe Frog here. You always take the Dupe Frog. There's no reason not to take it. I mean, it's just more damage. You're just missing out on 1850 damage, and you're giving me a... You can't even get over the Dupe Frog, actually. Your monster's only 1950. You can't even attack over 2k defense. That's like not even... That's pretty bad. that's a pretty big misplay, I think. So, Manju not going to do anything. We are going to be able to bring back the Treeborn Frog. Well, Manju's not going to do anything yet, I should say. It's not going to do anything yet. As soon as we find 1/2 of our Relinquished combo, then we can establish the Jin lock again. We'll go ahead and activate Caius. It will be negated unless he wants to Bottomless. I'm assuming he doesn't. We'll attack over the Plasma. And he'll lose his entire board. For nothing, really. For nothing. He spent a lot of cards to establish his Plasma. Just cleared the Substitute, which he could have cleared anyway by battle. Definitely a misplay from the opponent. He has 1950. This should be 450 damage. Yeah. Alfred is really thinking here. Is he going to Solemn Judgment me again? Is that what's going to happen, Alfred 1? Alfred 0 would know the answer. Alfred 0 sounds like a chess engine. Speaking of chess, have you guys, like, caught up on all that chess shit that's going on? Like, the cheating and stuff? That's crazy. That's crazy, actually. That's really interesting to me. Because chess is one of those games where it's like, all the information is there except for what you can memorize. Just gonna, yeah. All right. Sick one, Alfred. Sick one. Great. DC. That's awesome. That's a great way to be respectful. Just leave the game and wait. Make me wait 90 seconds to get my W. That's awesome. You know, I hope Alfred comes back so he can take this L, but doesn't look likely. Doesn't look likely. Anyway, the chess drama is really interesting to me. They're accusing this guy of cheating, right? They've literally scanned this guy's body for electronic devices, and then on top of that, they've like, it's such a ridiculous like situation. They've scanned his body for electronic devices. There's a 15-minute stream delay for the matches. The matches are like insanely secure, and this guy just like gets a W on Magnus Carlsen, right? He's just some dude. Like, this is just some dude. He's not even like he's not like an insane chess player or anything. And he gets a W with like 92% accuracy, which in chess apparently isn't that great at a GM level. I'm not sure. Apparently it's not. And then the world champion like gets salty and he's like, no, that guy must have cheated. There's no way he could have had 92% accuracy. There's no way. The issue is that the guy has a history of cheating, right? So it's like, so even if he wins fairly, it kind of discredits his win because he was, which sucks. It just sucks because like you beat the world champion, you're the fucking GOAT for a day, you know, and then everyone in the world thinks you cheated just because you cheated when you were 12 in like some online match, which is ridiculous. It's kind of an interesting story. I mean, if you guys have heard anything about it, it makes me think about stuff too. I was thinking a lot about like what the heck? Is the site bugged? My thing isn't showing up. There we go. Okay, yeah. I was thinking a lot about cheating recently because there's a few things in card games. Well, not a few things. A few instances in card games where I've been cheated against in premier level events, and one of the times I caught the player, and the player was actually like a really high level player at the time, like top 5 ranked player in the game. So it was an interesting situation where there was a rules exploit involved. Maybe this is a story for another video, but if you guys are interested in this type of story time, let me know. I'll tell you guys about it. I'll tell you guys about it later. We got a game versus the Macro Show. I'm not going to play against Masahiro ever again because they quit out of my duels. They rage quit out of my duels. They've done that multiple times in the past. Good luck, have fun. Heart, we are going to be playing against Based, the Macro Show. Based. He's always got some based stuff going on. We gonna win the rock, paper, scissors. Hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Locals, Edison locals, 43 cards. Yo, is it gadgets? Is it gadgets? It's gotta be, right? It's gotta be gadgets. Okay, this hand is not working out. It's either gadgets or it's the other card. So we only have one more target for Foolish Burial. We're gonna go ahead and Foolish the Dandelion right now, just because we only have one more target for it. It's not getting any better than it is right now. And we don't want to draw the Dandelion and have this dead Foolish. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I don't know. I'm going to set the Treeborn. This is basically going to guarantee we get the Caius off next turn. Dark Greffer. 43 card Dark Greffer deck. That's crazy. 43 card Vayu deck? I feel like you'd want to play 40 cards in a deck like this, just because you want to see your good cards consistently, but who knows? Maybe it's spicy. Maybe it's a mix-up. Maybe the Vayu isn't the main focus. Who knows? We're going to lose 2 of our cards here. Probably the 2 tokens. Yeah. Looks like that's what's... No. He's attacking the set monster. I would have attacked the token for sure. The set monster, it's lagging. Lag. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Nice. We're going to be able to bring back Treeborn. Ooh, that's an interesting one. So we... What the fuck? What the fuck? Dueling Book, come the fuck on. What the fuck? Dueling Book is just hates my shit today. What the fuck? Okay, whatever. Whatever. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. All right, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Focus. 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 We can go for Substitute, but we need to clear the Greffer because the dupe block is not very good when they have access to Plague, basically. So we're going to go for Caius this turn. We're going to attack over that. We're going to deal grand total of 1,700 damage. He's going to take 700 here, and then we are going to pass the turn. This is cursed. Lost 20 life points. That's cursed. Yeah. So we are in a good position here, I think. Another Substitute. Not that good. Not that good, but you know what? We'll put it to use. We'll put it to use. We'll deck thin a little bit. Go ahead and Substitute sack. We're going to go for all this stuff. We're going to grab swap, send the third sub. We are on only 2 Swap Frogs. That's a smart deck building decision. I've noticed drawing too many Swap Frogs is kind of mid. Actually, the card does nothing after Treeborn is in the grave. We're going to sack this little guy, grab the other Swap Frog. Are we going to go to the battle phase first and attack this shit? It's probably a Raikou. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to go into dupe. We'll go this sub into dupe as well. He has no back row, so I don't care about Unifrog. I'll use the Swap Frog to bounce the Caius. This gives us an extra frog normal, and I will use that extra frog normal to normal this Treeborn. And then we'll attack with Swap Frog into his set monster. Hopefully not a hamster. Hopefully it's just a Raikou. It is a Raikou. Awesome. So he's probably going to pop a Dupe Frog. Yeah. Cool. He's a Mill 3 Monster Reincarnation. Wolf? Bro! Oh, that's actually pretty bad for us. That's actually pretty bad. Unfortunately, we don't have a normal summon for the Caius, and we don't have a Relinquished play quite yet. But we should be good to set that up on the next turn. So he's playing Vyusworn. Monster Reincarnation is for Dark Armed and for Judgment Dragon. And Wolf you only see in dedicated Lightsworn decks. This Dupe Frog is actually going to grab us our Unifrog from our deck to our hands. Another cool thing about having only 2 Swap Frogs is they're basically always going to predict that it's the thing. What is it? That the third Swap Frog is in your hand. When it never really is. It never really is. It never really is. It never even really is. Okay, so he's playing Lightsworn. I'm going to guess that his hand has at least 1 copy of Honest. I want to keep Wolf out of the grave. It's 1 extra name out of the grave for the guy, JD. And we can just bounce the Caius here and not play into another Raikou. We're going to attack this with Swap Frog. It is another Raikou. We are going to lose our Swap Frog, but I like our position. I like how we've held our cards. We just need to not die here randomly. Milda Celestia. So he's got Recharge, Celestia, Rhoda. Okay. So it's a 43 card Vyusworn deck. 43 cards makes a little bit of sense in a deck like this because you have so many engines you need to pack into it. But at the same time, we're drawn to this Relinquished, and it's going to be killer when we do find it. There, we found it. Okay. Here we can bring back Treeborn. We risk losing it to an Aaron, but that's A-okay with me. I think the plan this turn is just set Substitute. I think we want to proc him into acting, basically. We want him to make the first action here, so we can Relinquish whatever he goes for. Okay, here's Charge of the Light Brigade. That's going to mill 3. Zombie Master. Interesting. So this looks like a list that I've played recently that plays 1 Mizuki, 1 Zombie Master, along with the Plague, as a way to get the Vyus and the Sirocco's out of the graveyard. I've played a list very similar to this. I had it down to 40 cards. I don't think I was playing... I don't remember what I was playing, actually. He could grab an Aaron here that will clear 1 Treeborn, but we don't really care about that. And now we'll just give our Relinquished a target. We basically just want a Relinquished target at this point. Because once we get the Relinquished online, it'll be very difficult for him to actually win the game. There's the Aaron. Okay, that makes sense. He has 1, 2, 3 names now. He just needs the 4th for JD. However, is he going to get to the JD? That's the real question. Is he going to get to the JD? There goes our Treeborn. But we have another one in the grave, so it's fine. Again. End phase, mill 3s, milling the Gold Sark, the Allure, and the Chaos Sorcerer. Okay, this does look like a big mashup of a deck. Still not finding the 4th name for his JDs. We're going to grab Treeborn back. Main 1. We're actually going to... I think we're going to prep and go for the Relinquished. Even though it's not the best use of our prep, I think this is the best play right now. He says, what? Yeah, this is why this deck is gross. Because you can lock people out like this. This is the fear. And now we have everything we need to sort of take over this game. We can summon Unifrog. We can flip Substitute to protect the Unifrog. And we can go in for 2100 damage here. Yeah. 100, 400, and 1600. Main phase 2. I think we should be good to win this one. It's going to be very difficult. He has 2 Raikous already gone. He could have Brain Control. That's one of the ways he could out this Relinquished. But other than Brain Control, I don't really know. Especially if he's only playing the 2 Raikous. And even if he's not, we have Caius to out the next one. So it really is, it's like Brain Control, maybe Lightning Vortex in the main, or bust. Mizuki, that's totally fine. That's going to attack over the Relinquished. We're both going to take 100. But again, it's just going to be too hard for him to come back from this position with just the Mizuki. He's going to need something crazy. I mean, next turn we can even switch the Relinquish and just Unifrog poke him to death. He's going to attack the Substitute. Yep. That makes sense. Not even killing the Relinquish. But we have Caius for this. We have Unifrog for back row. We should be okay to win this one. If he doesn't have back row, then he doesn't have plays. And if he has back row, then we're just Unifrog poking it away anyway. Okay, that should be curtains. Because we just Ryza his dude. And that's lethal damage. I believe. Yeah, it's 4,400. Nice. Perfect. Exactly how we drew it up. Relinquished Jin. Absolutely disgusting. You guys saw it firsthand there. He had 6 cards. None of them did anything. That's why you want him. Okay, this matchup is a little bit scary, though. It is a little bit scary. I think we actually do want the Threatening Roar. I think we do actually want the Battle Fader to some capacity. DD Crow is interesting in this matchup, so is Vanities. I do like all of these cards, and I do also like the Twister in this matchup because there's a good chance he's got Royal Oppression post board, and it's good to just have. Maybe we don't need the Twister. Let's be real. Our deck does like the A plan, the Monarch A plan does a pretty good job against that. We just need to find our B plan, which is a special summon lock, and then protect it somehow. So I think that's gonna be the way we approach this game. Okay, we have to bring in 7 cards. What are we cutting? I don't like Light and Darkness Dragon against Lightsworns because in the end phase, they go mill. And then Light and Darkness Dragon negates. And then it activates again, actually, because the activation is negated. So, 1 Lightsworn outs Light and Darkness Dragon. Unifrog, generally a side out for me. Generally a side out. Manju, pretty powerful. He helps us establish at least the Relinquish engine. I think we can side out maybe Heavy Storm. Just have, you know, Space Typhoon plus our 6 Monarchs as ways to out back row. Actually, let's go down to 5 Monarchs. Let's go down to 5 Monarchs because we're bringing in 3 Vanities, so we have to be careful of our tribute count. We could actually even go down to 4 Monarchs realistically, but I think the Monarchs are pretty good. Gores is insane. All of our other stuff is insane. Soul Exchange is great going second. We can Soul X his Rykos. So we have 4 cards we're bringing out, and we're bringing in 7. Maybe we don't bring in Battle Fader. Maybe we don't bring in one of the Crows, and then we cut, like, another random card, like, I don't know. Substitute. It really is just random at this point. So, yeah, there we go. I do like the 2 Swap Frog innovation. I'd forgotten to mention that in the deck tech. That is definitely something I'm feeling. This hand is great. We have Soul X Ryza, so this hand's great. We also have Black Illusion Relinquish. We just need to find a high-value tribute fodder in either Foolish Burial, Jin, or like Treeborn Dandy, that kind of thing. We could also Soul X into Relinquished if we want to. He's going to recharge Pitch Raikou, so that's 1 Raikou gone. That's one way to out a Jin Relinquished or a Vanities. He's going to Allure here. So he's starting off with his draw engine this game. That's actually pretty big for him. He has playing Tragodia as well as Card Trooper, and he banishes DD Crow. That's important to pay attention to. He is on DD Crow. So for game 3, we might want to consider Burial. Monster Reincarnation, pitching Bio is going to grab Trooper. That makes sense. Okay. Vanity's Fiend would probably be the best draw. Or if he mills Wolf, that'd be pretty good for us. He milled 3 names, so he has all 4 names already. That's scary. That's very scary. Dupe Frog, not bad. I'm down to just set it and pass. This Typhoon looking a little awkward. I was assuming he'd be on a more defensive plan post board, but it looks like he's just on this hyper-aggressive stuff, which is fine too. I mean, we have a hand to deal with that as well, but it's not ideal for us, I will say. He does mill a Wolf, so that's going to give us targets, especially for the Ryza, which is nice. Our next turn, we might Soul X the Card Trooper, Ryza the Wolf. We're going to take some damage here, though, which is pretty bad. Jin would be the best, I think. No. Interesting. He's going to go for a synchro play. Very interesting. Bryonic. Might be going for game. If he has a JD, he has game, right? 3,000, 19, 41, 42, 72, 76 with Plague. No, not quite game. Okay. This is a dangerous turn, though. We have to be careful here. We have to be very careful. Jin, of course, would be the best draw. No, Treeborn. All right. So if we Soul X Card Trooper, sack it for Black Illusion, take the Bryonic, set Treeborn, We'll have Ryza for the next play, provided he didn't find JD, but he does have Plague Engrave. I still think it's the best. I still think it's the best to make that play. Because the other play just gives him access to Bryonic again, which is Ryza the Bryonic, and I don't like that. We could also Solex the Bryonic, Ryza the Card Trooper, he draws that again. And then we hold Black Illusion Ritual for the follow-up in case we draw the Djinn. Okay, let's try that. Let's sack off this guy for Ryza, and then we'll Ryza target the Card Trooper. And then we can't attack. We shouldn't set the Typhoon. We should just pass. So he has access to Plague. He can make Catastor, but then we have Black Illusion Ritual to follow up. And that will get us our Treeborn in the grave too, which is pretty good. He milled Mizuki. Okay, Mizuki Plague is scary. Mizuki Plague is scary. He doesn't have any other zombies as of right now, but Mizuki Plague is scary. Chaos Sorcerer. Are we dead? That's the real question. Oh, absolutely we're dead. Yeah, we are super dead. He just needs to make the right play here, which is Mizuki back Plague, Synchro with Chaos Sorcerer, and then attack with both. There's the Mizuki. That's going to bring back Plague. If he synchros with Card Trooper mistakenly, nope, he's synchroing with the Chaos Sorcerer. All right. Let's make him go for it, I guess. Should make Dark End here. That's the best thing to make. Because you can pop whatever if I have Fader, you can pop it main 2. So he should make Dark End here. Let's see if he goes for it. He does. Okay, he's making the accurate plays. We can go to the next game. That was gross. That's kind of why we wanted the Battle Faders, and it's kind of why we wanted the Crows. But now I'm like much more inclined to having them. Much more inclined to having them. Also, his deck looks like it outs Dupe Block. Well, I believe it. We can cut the Dupe Frogs. I think they're a little too slow, and we can cut the Typhoon as well. I don't think there's really any merit to having this Typhoon here. Now it's just a matter of what else we want. We want Trigodia as another piece of defense, or do we want Light and Darkness Dragon? Or do we want Subsitoad going first, just as a way to get our Treeborn Frog? We have to be careful. He's got DD Crow. Maybe we want Burial. Maybe we want Burial instead of Typhoon. That seems a little bit better. This seems accurate. I think I just want to get the third sub in. I'm not sure where I want to get it in over. He wasn't giving us a lot of targets for the Monarchs. Ryza maybe not the best. We'll side out one Ryza. He's accurately playing around them. It's also pretty bad if he has Arcus. So we got to be careful of that. This hand. I mean, this hand is okay. We've got Manju Search Relinquish. We've got Set Treeborn Frog. We've also got Summon Swap Send Treeborn. His deck is very aggressive. So Set Treeborn does risk into Aaron, but that at least gives our Aaron a target. I think it might just be Summon Manju, go get Relinquish, though. Is that the play? Set Treeborn has the highest upside, right? We'll set Treeborn and we'll pass. It could also be Summon Swap, but I don't want to take damage. I just want to protect my life total and then force him to play, basically. Force him to play with his cards. Recharge Pitching Lumina, that's good. That means he doesn't have another Lightsworn in his hand. That means this was the best target for him in his hand. Gold Sark, also good. That card's pretty slow. So we've got time. We don't need to worry about this JD for a little while. He's only got one name too, so we can maybe find a Vanities and then be chilling. Relinquished Vanities would be really good. So we drew Caius. That's pretty good. We'll go ahead and summon Manju, and we'll go grab Relinquished, and we'll start getting aggressive. I think we're going to just attack directly. If he drops something main 2, we can Relinquished and then take it. Like Gores, basically. If he drops Gores. Right, we need to grab the Relinquished because we don't have that piece. We do have Prep, but I'd rather get the full value Prep, so I'd rather have the Relinquished up front. We're going to attack with Manju for 1400. He's going to drop Trigodia, main phase 2. We are going to Black Illusion Ritual. Sacrifice the Treeborn Frog. Special summon Relinquished. Relinquished, take the Trag. And then we are actually going to prep now to play around DD Crow and to thin our deck. So this is going to grab how much attack? 0. This is going to grab Relinquished, and this is going to grab back the Black Illusion Ritual, and then we are going to pass the turn. I should have maybe summoned him in defense, but I actually want him in attack, because if I can make him take more damage, his JD is going to be dead, basically. Lightning Vortex. Kind of something we had talked about in the first game. Pitching Mizuki, though. Not really a threat as of right now. He's down to 3 cards. Zombie Master can bring back Mizuki. Pitching Vayu, but he's still, he's only at 1 name for that JD he searched for. So this is fine. This is fine. We're going to take a bit of damage. Oh, he's going to put the Mizuki in no, he's going to put it in attack. Okay. Interesting. All right. We're going to take a bit of damage, but that's okay. That's totally fine. Okay, this turn we get Substitute off the top. Treeborn can come back. We have a couple of different plays. This is tough, actually. This is tough. Because, we sided out the Dupe Frog, so the Substitute's not really doing shit. Let's be real. We sided out the other shit, so we're going to save Soul Exchange. We need to somehow not get fucking OTK'd. I think the play is going to be Caius, banish Mizuki, pitch Special Swap, attack over Zombie Master. Yeah, let's try this. We're going to go Caius, activate, banish Mizuki. We attack over Zombie Master. I want to put the swap in defense. So we'll pitch, we'll special swap. This little guy's going to activate. Because he is on DD Crow as his graveyard hate, we're going to send our second Treeborn Frog just to basically guarantee we'll get a Treeborn Frog coming back next turn. We'll Caius attack over the Zombie Master for 600. And then we can bounce the Caius. So he's going to take 600 here. We're not proccing a Gores. We're not proccing like a Battle Fader or anything. I just want to clear his board. And then hopefully try to find Vanities or Jin. We have 4 outs in our 29 cards. Is this attack good? Next turn we can start getting more aggressive when we have our normal summon for the post board. We'll go ahead and swap Frog, bounce the Caius, and then pass the turn. So I like the way we're holding cards here. He gets his JD, but he has 1 name. And that's the issue with diluting these decks. Okay, he has Aaron. That's good. That's good for him. That's a good play. Hopefully this doesn't mill any more names. It doesn't, thank goodness. That's really important for us. Battle Fader, also huge. So at this moment in time, it's best to just go for the Caius, banish the Aaron, and then attack directly. If he has Gores, we can Relinquish, take Gores main 2. So we'll attack for 24, put him down to 36. He has no Gores. We have Fader to protect ourselves. We have Relinquish to come back into the game. I think we're okay. I think we're okay to win this one. We just have to be careful of a crazy sequence into JD Double Honest. That's the one way we can actually lose from this position. Set Monster is interesting. We can Black Illusion Ritual to take that and continue to pressure. Is that worth doing? I think it is. I think it is worth doing. I think it is worth doing. Again, they need a pretty crazy sequence to get the JD live. So we're going to take this. We're going to check and see what it is. It's a Goblin Zombie. Interesting. So he's got a full zombie package in here, not just the 1 Zombie Master, 1 Mizuki. It says, is it like Thousand Eyes? Yeah, 0 attack. Okay. So he takes 24. We can actually crash the Relinquish into further set monsters to deal burn damage to put him below JD activation range. So that's something we can keep in mind for the further turns. That way, even if he starts to play defensively, we can beat him with the Relinquish burn. Dang, that was crazy. That was crazy. I'm assuming he's typing GGs. Does Goblins on? Yes, it does. He will get the Goblin Zombie Search if it's cleared. Charge of the Light Brigade. That's the start. That's the start. One Light Sworn, okay. Just one Light Sworn, okay. Okay, that's important. That's important. Now, if he attacks Relinquished here, he loses. So he has to search for Lila? I believe he has to search for Lila. That's the only way he can do this. If he left the Lila in post-board against Frogs, he might not have left it in. He might have sided it out. We'll see. We'll see. Did you side out Lila? Yeah, he must be thinking because he sided out the Lila. That's the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, you just grab Lila here. It's pretty straightforward. And that actually puts us in a pretty bad spot. If he does have Lila, it's pretty bad for us. If he doesn't have Lila, if he sided it out, like I'm assuming he did, then that makes this Relinquished a lethal threat in play. The wolf in attack position is dangerous. Is dangerous. Although, technically, you're supposed to summon the wolf after you resolve. He does have Lila. Okay. Okay. Well, he does have Lila. He does have Lila. He can... Does this guy, if this card will be destroyed by battle, well, equipped with that monster, any battle damage you take, yeah. So, since it won't be equipped, then we won't be able to accurately burn the opponent out here. Damn, that fucking sucks. He left in the Lila against us. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it should have been the grab for sure, like just an auto grab. Because nothing else really makes sense. Lightning Vortex number 2. I don't know if I would... Would you play that here? Maybe, yeah. Maybe he has to. Maybe he just has to clear the Caius. Okay. That makes sense. We're going to take the 2100. We don't have to drop the Fader yet. We can drop it next turn. Substitute. We're going to be able to bring back Treeborn. Now, what does Substitute get us? We have Swap Frog in the deck. So we can go... Substitute into Swap Frog. He has Plague in the graveyard. That's fucking annoying, man. But we have Soul Exchange. So we can Soul Exchange clear the Wolf. And Soul Exchange clear the Lila if we want to. The question is, do we want to? The other option, too, is to just do nothing and hope he summons JD. But there's no shot he does that. Well, this is really awkward, actually. If I clear the wolf, that puts him to 1, 2, 3 names. I think we don't care about the wolf. I think we're just going to go Substitute, Sacrifice... Go get Swap. Swap, send Swap. Or do we send nothing? If we send nothing... No, Swap is such a bad top deck. Yeah, we'll send Swap. And then we'll attack the Lila. This puts him to 3 names, but he's going to have to work to get the... Oh, no, wait. He can stack for Bionic. Okay, he can stack for Bionic. But then he can't actually bounce the... fucking Treeborn because he's out of cards. So maybe he stacks for Yugioh. Okay, we need a top deck. Maybe I should have held the Substitute there. I could have baited a lethal and then had a big turn. Yeah, I probably should have held the Substitute there. That was a mistake. Now I forgot about the Plague. Plague putting the 4th name. I thought he couldn't put the 4th name this way, but he can. So he can actually go Yugioh, JD, force the Battle Fader, and now we actually need a top deck, which is really bad. Yeah, fuck. This is all good. There's JD. That's all good. He's going to attack the Treeborn, take it. He's going to attack with JD. We're going to drop Battle Fader. End phase, he's going to mill 4. But we do need the top deck. We have a decent amount of good top decks, but we have some pretty bad ones too. Milling Wolf, god damn, dude. And he's got Vice Roko. Okay, Vanities is an okay one. Ryza is okay. Actually, I think that stabilizes us. I think think that stabilizes us. Because we soul exchange, sack his JD, summon Ryza, target JD, normal summon Ryza, Ryza target Goyo, and now he has the top deck. Because he can't get over Ryza with just Vayu Sirocco. He doesn't have access to the Plague. The Burial's gone as well. Both JDs are gone. Dark Armed is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not live. So he has the top deck. Potentially Celestia, I think, kills us. Celestia potentially kills us. But otherwise, I think we should be okay. Honest, obviously, is not great for us. I don't know if Honest straight up kills us, but it's not great for us. And he does have one of those left. So he has to top deck Honest or Celestia. He's going to activate Vayu. Okay, that's fine. That summons the Armed Wing. But does he have an out for the Ryza is the real question. No, he just has Jane. Okay. Well, that should be okay for us then. We're going to lose our Battle Fader. We're going to, drop the Treeborn. But then M-Phase is going to mill 2. There's a Sirocco. There's the Honest. That was one of his outs. Now one of his outs is gone. Vanities is huge. Vanities is absolutely huge. Standby phase, we're going to get Treeborn Frog. Main phase 1, we're going to sack Treeborn for Vanities. And then we just have to kill 2 of his threats. And I think the 2 threats we want to kill are the 2 Lightsworns. Actually, he says GG. We want to kill the 2 Lightsworns because if he has Celestia left, that gives him outs. So we kill the 2 Lightsworns. He's going to take 600 there and then 300 there. And then we pass. GG? Question mark? Does he have an out? DD Crow. That's funny. Close one. Close one. Very close. I got super lucky. Yeah. Your deck looks sick. That does look sick. It does look crazy. The double Vortex. That's nuts. To get through the Jhin and the Vanities. But we were able to stick a Vanities at the right moment. And thinning our deck with the Substitutes and stuff did come up to matter. We didn't brick when we needed to. Thankfully, we hit. Very gambly, but I think if we had played accurately with the Substitute, we had held the Substitute, and then just guaranteed to have the comeback with Substitute, double swap, double soul, then I think we would have been okay. Yeah, I don't love the RNG stuff either. I have a version of that deck that is 40, and it doesn't play Goblin Zombie. It's pretty consistent. I'll send it your way after I'm done recording. Macro. Shout out to the Macro Show. Later, brother. All right, next game. Always fun playing against Macro Show. He's always doing some cool stuff. He's always innovating. Always out here doing the most. It's actually quite difficult for me to type messages to him while talking to you guys. I have to say the messages out loud. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. It's a little difficult. It's a multitasking failure for me. I have the hyper focus syndrome or whatever the fuck, where I'm just super focused on the game and super focused on what I'm doing. Okay, good luck, have fun, Plastic Beach. Speaking of Plastic Beach, this is one of my favorite albums of all time. That's one of the coolest albums. The Gorillaz, love that album. It's just a cool album. The feeling of it all is really cool. And the instrumentation on it's really cool. He's going to go to Scissors. Oh, bro, can I just go undefeated in one video? Really? Is that too much to ask? God damn. All right, this hand is cash money, though. This hand is actually really good. We have a turn 1 Relinquished, and then we have Live Prep, which is awesome. This hand's just really fucking awesome. Nice. He's giving us a target for Relinquished. And we have Substitute. This hand's really good. He's going to dust shoot us. That doesn't even matter, actually. That doesn't even actually matter because, like, either he's taking our Substitoad or he's taking our Manju. Either way, we're chilling. Either way, we're big chilling. I think he's got to take the Manju. Realistically, I think he's got to take the Manju. Just because it's too bad for him. It's too bad for him if we relinquish his monster. He might take the... He's going to take the Substitoad. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm surprised he's going to take that instead. Interesting. All right, well, let's Manju search Relinquished. I think there's a couple lines. The first line is attack with Manju. If it's like a pyramid turtle or something, it gets it face up. If it's a Raikou, we risk giving them a mill. I think the best line is to actually just go for the Black Illusion Ritual now. This plays around him having further back row to interrupt the Relinquished later on as well. So we're going to be able to see what he's on. It was a Raikou, so I'm pretty happy we actually went for this play, all things considered. And I am going to prep now, again, to play around DD Crow and to thin our deck a little bit. So we're going to grab Relinquished, and we're going to grab the Black Illusion Ritual art from... Or not Black Illusion Ritual art. Black Illusion Ritual... What is the ritual art? Advanced Ritual art. That's what I'm thinking of. Black Illusion Ritual back from the whatever, and then we'll send a message. We'll attack for 0, and then we'll pass the turn. Gotta let him know what the attack for 0. Relinquished is cash money. This card is really good. I wish there was like a Tsukiyomi, like a way to like turn it into like a really difficult lock for the opponent to get over, but you know what? We'll take what we can get. We'll take what we can get. We don't have Treeborn Frog in the grave, which is a little annoying, but again, we'll take what we can get. Relinquish attacking into any set monster is going to burn the opponent. Keep that in mind. We can also just sack this Relinquished for a Ryza or something. It depends on how we want to approach this game. This is an annoying situation for people to deal with if they can't summon 2 monsters in one turn. Raikou Dust Shoot is either Lightsworn, Vayu, or Quick Draw maybe? 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Okay, 1 for 1 is cool. 1 for 1 is cool. 1 for 1 will get us to Substitoad. I think it's worth going for. I think it's worth going for. And I think we do pitch the... Probably the Caius. Probably the Caius. We'll go ahead and grab Substitoad from our deck, and then we'll go through the options with that little guy. Okay, first things first, we're going to Substitoad, sack Relinquished. This is going to go get Swap Frog number 1. And this guy's going to send another Substitoad. Now we attack. Now we attack. We want to do 1100. We are playing a little bit into Gore's Caius, but, you know, what can you do? Oh, he's going to drop Trag. Trag is interesting. Okay. Trag is interesting. We can out it main 2 with Relinquish, though, so I'm not too worried. We can also out it while preserving a Swap Frog. I think. Can we? But then we lose the Ryza. I think it's better just to out it with Dupe Frog. Like, Dupe Frog. Sack the whatever we get here off the Substitoad. So we'll go ahead. We'll go sack that guy. Go get second Swap Frog. Send Substitoad. Sack this guy, go get Unifrog. Sack this guy, go get Treeborn. Treeborn. Dupe. And then I believe we leave the other dupe in deck. Because if we top it, we'll have a dupe lock. And then we'll go Black Illusion Ritual, sack the Substitoad, special Relinquished, Relinquish, take Trag. So... not the worst spot, not the best spot. We're down some cards. We have our grave set up. We have a lot of good top decks. I'm chilling. I'm chilling. Positionally, this is good for us. He's 0-0. Yeah. I believe. I'm pretty sure he is. What does it say? Attack and defense become equal to the equipped monsters. Yes. Should be 0-0. Because I think question mark is treated as 0 in these circumstances. I could double check this, but I'm not going to because I'm lazy. I don't care that much. I just want to play Relinquished Frogs, bro. I don't want to be Googling rulings. That's another reason I hate current Yu-Gi-Oh! I gotta be Googling rulings every 15 seconds. I'm like, bro, I don't care about the rulings in this matchup. Like, can I just play the fucking game? Some days I just want to play the game, you feel me? Our deck has a lot of good top decks, but we're down cards, so something to keep in mind. Second or third prep would be a great draw. He's gonna set a monster, then Foolish. That's weird. I send Dandy. Okay, so this is like some quick draw shit. This actually probably is a bad matchup. This is probably a bad matchup. We drew the Doofrog. Cool. Alright, so we can summon that. Switch the Relinquish to defense. Switch this guy to attack. And then we'll kill both tokens. Nice. +1. So we've established the dupe block. And we got our +1. Tight. Let's keep going. Let's keep getting those pluses. Let's keep getting those pluses. If this is a Raikou, it's gotta pop the dupe frog, right? I guess he could pop Relinquish, but he knows the last card in hand is Ryza, so he's just risking too much. Caius. Caius is very interesting. He's gonna banish dupe frog. That's okay. It's okay. It doesn't really matter. What? Oh, he's gonna activate the shell. I was like, why is he losing life points? He's activating the shell. That's also chilling. So he's playing Volcanic Quick Draw with Tragodia. Interesting. I normally don't play Tragodia in Quick Draw decks. It's usually pretty bad because your hand gets pretty low. Despite having like the access to make it whatever. We're going to add back the Swap Frog from the grave. It's going to go to main 2. We could even like swap bounce Relinquished. We could do a lot of different stuff. We're not under a ton of pressure. He doesn't really have dudes in play. I think it's probably just best to go for Ryza. Or we could crash. You know what? Let's try that. Let's try that. Let's try crash. We both will take 2400, but I think the damage favors me. Okay, we both take 2400. He takes 2400 too. And then main phase 2 will Relinquish, take the Caius. This is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. And you know what? I'm actually going to set the Swap Frog. I'm actually going to set the Swap Frog so I can have access to a Ryza play next turn. This is not bad. I don't hate this position. We are low in life points, which will suck if he finds Quick Draw, but his Avarice is yet to be live. He only has 4 monsters. And he has to top deck a Quick Draw this turn, and he has to spend his whole hand to make it happen. I'm fairly confident on his back rows at this point. I think one of them is for sure Bottomless Trap Hole. The other one is potentially a bluff. Probably an Avarice, I'm assuming. So, oh, call. Never mind. It was call. Okay, so the read was on call. He can pitch a 1-star to steal Relinquish. That's really ugly. He can use the shell. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's going to get us here. That's going to get us here. Okay. That's really fucking good. I think we actually lose now because our back row is locked. Yeah, Call of the Hunted. Damn, I was not ready for that. All right, we'll go to the next game. We'll go to the next game. That was a really good call. That was a really good Call of the Hunted. I was not ready for that at all. That being the case, what do we like against this deck? Vanities, of course. We like DD Crow. I actually do like Burial against this deck. That was a little awkward. That game went a little poorly for us. I think I could have played it differently. But now that I know what he's on, I think we should be okay. Dust Tornado, probably good. Threatening Roar, probably okay. I'm not sure. Let's just start with this. Let's cut Lad. It's one of the worst cards. Well, Lad's okay in this deck, actually. Or in this matchup. No, it's not. He has shells. He has Quick Draw. It's fucking annoying. Morbius is okay. I like all our tribute dudes. He's gonna bring in Pulling the Rugs, man. I'm like sure he's gonna bring in Pulling the Rugs. Like it's good against Manju and it's good against the Monarch stuff. So I think we need to make note of that and then just like side down on these dudes. Cause like Pulling the Rug is just so good against our strategy. Yeah, we just need to side down on the Monarchs. He's also definitely gonna have the Grave Hate, so I'm definitely gonna bring in the Burial. What else? I love the Frog Engine in this matchup. I think it's really good. I think it's really good. Brain Control, maybe not the best. Maybe it's okay, actually. I don't know. He's gonna have his own Caiuses. We could do something like this. Brain Control's got to be better than something in our deck, though. Maybe it's Gores. I don't expect to be attacked that much, honestly. Brain Control's probably better than Gores here. I don't expect Gores to be live that often. Maybe it's okay, though. That Dust Shoot was whack, too. Dang. He really got us that game. That Trag was gross. Or not the Trag so much as the Call of the Hunted. This opening hand is good. This is a good opening hand. I think we just want to do this guy's effect. We want to use this guy's effect before Pulling the Rug gets used. This is going to search for Relinquished. Yeah. Now he can always Pulling the Swap Frog, but I'd rather have resolved this than resolved the other thing, if you feel me. We don't know if he's on Blaze Accelerator, which is unfortunate, but because he has Trag Call, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe he is. We took a lot of damage with that Relinquished Crash turn. We could have also done just like a Ryza move there. Damn, milled 3 monsters. That's very lucky. This is annoying because this is one of the few cards that can actually attack over Manju in their deck. It's okay. We'll just go swap attack over this. I think is the play. No, we can just Solex into Vanities. I think that's fine too. Yeah, let's just Solex into Vanities. And then pass. Hopefully he just has trouble with Vanities. We need to find a second one because when he does inevitably kill this one, we'll need another way to lock out Drill Warrior because that's how we lose. That's probably a Raikou, but we can play around it by summoning Swap Frog, activating the effect. Does he have Pulling here? No, he doesn't want to use Pulling here. Okay. We'll send our first Treeborn. We did side in the Burial, so if he has DD Crow, then we're going to actually make a bit of an aggressive play. We're going to bounce the Vanities. We gained an extra normal, so we'll go ahead and attack over this. Main phase 2, we can normal summon Dewfrog, which I'm inclined to do. I might not, who knows. Yeah, this was nice. This was really nice, actually. To bait the Raikou. He's going to mill 3. He mills his own Vanities. That's a fucking problem. That's a fucking problem. I don't want to play against that. Extra normal. Can't spell, apparently. Then we'll pass. Yeah, I just want to get this Dewfrog into play. I don't know why. I just do. I have a feeling it being in play is better than it not being in play. Vanities fucks this deck up. For sure. We need to find Soul Exchange or Brain Control ASAP. I knew he was a guy who sets Pot of Avarice. I knew that was something he did. Okay. So he's going to target his shit. Whatever. It's all good. We don't have Crow, so. Yeah, he can do this. Unfortunately, we didn't find our Crow to stop this Avarice. He's not shuffling back the Vanities. Oh, he has Vanities. He has the Vanities. That's the only reason he wouldn't shuffle back Vanities here. Is he has the Vanities. He's electing to shuffle back Raikou over Vanities. Raikou doesn't do shit against this deck. Okay, yeah, he for sure has the Vanities. He's just looking for a way to get it live. That's the only thing that makes sense. He says punished. What do you do? Draw Titanial? That's the only way he can get punished, is if you drew Titanial. Yeah, he should have shuffled back Vanities, I think. Because Vanities is insane against us. Like, actually insane. Titanial's also really good against us, too. We might need to consider our options. Boarding Lightning Vortex doesn't sound that bad for this matchup in particular. This is already a bad matchup for Frog Monarchs. The Relinquished stuff, it can help here or there. Not really. Not necessarily. Who knows? I think we're going to draw phase Typhoon him. And then... Wow, he left in Typhoon. That's crazy. Standby phase. Will Treeborn. And then I think the plan is actually to get super crazy aggressive here. Super, super crazy aggressive. We're going to Black Illusion Ritual. Wait, he could have fucking Blaze Accelerator, though. That's the annoying shit. Is he could have Blaze Accelerator. Let's say one of his cards is Titanium, one of his cards is Vanities. He has 3 unknown cards. No, this is for sure the right play. This is for sure the right play. We give him very little time. And then next turn we Caius him, so... This is the best play. This is the best play for sure. We take this guy. Let's see what it is. It was a shell. Okay, so his hand is multiple shells. So we now know it's multiple shell and Titanium most likely. We can sack the Treeborn for Vanities. We actually don't want to attack with the Dupe Frog because we want to switch it to defense position so we can have a guaranteed tribute fodder next turn for Caius. We attack for 24 and then we pass the turn. Again, relinquish an attack position because if they attack it, while it does put the shell in their graveyard, they're going to take damage and then we'll be able to take the monster they attacked with and then you get where this goes. It's the Relinquished Vanities or Relinquished Ginlock. Hopefully this is good enough. I want to at least take a game in this matchup because I think this matchup is generally pretty tough. At this point, we can even sack the Relinquished. I'm not sure if that's better than sacking the Dupe Frog. No, it's better to sack the Dupe Frog because then Relinquished into a defense position monster can give us lethal next turn. Yeah, second shell. That makes sense. We'll go Caius, Vanities attack directly. He drops to 800. Now, if he sets anything with 800 defense, Relinquished his game. So, that's... Wow, that was lucky. That was lucky. We stole that one. We super stole that one. Okay, Vanities is scary. We need Windblast to out Vanities. That's just like... We just need to have it. We need to have Windblast to out Vanities. We also need Threatening Roar because it's a way we can ladder to an out on Vanities. And then our own Vanities, it looked super clutch there. It looked like he was on Quick Draw. It looked like he was on Lone Fire Titanial. It didn't look like he was on Rocket or Blaze Accelerator from what we saw. So we want these 2 trap cards. I don't even know if we want Burial all that much. Maybe we do. I don't know. I don't know. This is tough. This is tough. I think maybe we side out Unifrog. Well, I really like Unifrog in this matchup normally. Because it helps us stick the Vanities. Like, it helps us guarantee the Vanities is going to stick. I like all the other shit, like the 1-for-1 shit, just to get access to Substitute early. I think it might be like sub out Manju, sub out Battle Fader, because how we're losing is not going to be a life point. Well, it might be a life point race, but it's more likely going to be a Vanities situation. And Threatening Roar kind of covers the Battle Fader spot, but it also works under Vanities. So I think that's why we want to sub the Threatening Roar in there over the Battle Fader. This is going to be a tough one, though. This matchup looks really hard. Okay, this hand is good, though. Like, this hand is genuinely good. We have parts of our combo. We just need to find the Black Illusion Ritual. Did I side out the Manju? I might have. I'm not sure. Quick Draw. Ooh, this is gross. If we draw a water, though. He might make Turbo Warrior. We basically just need him to not have a trap card. That's what we need him to not have. Okay, here's normal shell. Here is make a 6-star. So this could be Turbo Warrior or Drill Warrior. He goes for Drill Warrior. He elects to go for Drill Warrior. Damn, that's crazy. He's actually going for the drill. I mean, that's why you play these shells in the quick draws, right? Is to go for this early drill and just hope it's good enough. He's going to pitch the shell for the drill. He's already normal. He can't, like, set a Raikou or nothing. We need to fucking find a water. Damn, and he has a back row, too. Okay. That's annoying. Alright, well, let's swap frog. Let's activate. Maybe we can force the back row if it's a pulling. Okay, it's not. This is going to send Treeborn. We're gonna take some hits next turn. We're going to take some hits. For sure we're going to take some hits. Okay, he's down to 6,000. Do we want to bounce the swap frog? We do. We do want to bounce it. Because this way we represent Gores and shit. And he has to play around it. He's able to get back a quick draw or a volcanic shell, but that doesn't really matter. Especially if he just pitches to banish and the next turn we slam a vanities and it sticks. However, this is a little bit threatening if he summons the turbo as well. This is tough. This is actually tough. This is going to be a hard one to win. If that back row is anything real, and post board, it has to be real. Like, there's no way he left that Typhoon in after this game. There's no way he left it in. There's no way he left it in. I don't think that that's a chance. He did set Avarice last game, but I just don't see him setting Avarice again this game. I see him having the real back row in game 3. Set monster. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good news. That's good news. All right, we can bring back Treeborn. DD Crow, that's fire, dude. That's super fire. Okay, we can bring back Treeborn. Now we can Soul X into Vanities. If it sticks, we win the fucking game. Straight up. So, I'm going to do it. We'll sack his dude. Summon Vanities. See the Bottomless. See the Solemn. Nothing. Oh, he has Bottomless. Damn, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, that sucks. That really sucks. We don't have anything else. We need to find Black Illusion Ritual ASAP. Still end. Black Illusion Ritual still gets us into this game, but we're falling behind a little bit. I don't want to use the Crow quite yet. I don't think we have a reason to use the Crow. Fucking Bottomless Trap Hole. Yeah, I knew it was something real this game. There was no way he was playing around. He brought back Quick Draw and then ditched it. Interesting. He can attack me directly for 1,200. That's gonna get fucking annoying too. Or he could go for like his own Vanities if he has that. He's gonna go for the 1,200 poke first. Every single day of the week. He does risk running into Battle Fader if his play is Vanities. He also leaves me with the Treeborn. So I don't think the play is Vanities. I think it's just set Raikou pass. It's either that or it's Caius. Caius into Avarice. So he's got Raikou. No, he's going to pitch a monster to banish the Drill. He doesn't want to Avarice here because then he has nothing to bring back with Drill. It's just set multiple back row. Bruh. Heavy Storm. Come on. That's so whack. Oh, this is so whack. Okay. Okay. Summon Swap Frog. Activate the effect. We need to hit, dude. We need to fucking hit. Unifrog would be great, so I actually don't want to send sub. I'm going to send another Treeborn. We'll hit for 1,000. We need to fucking hit, man. Put this guy back in our hand, pass the turn. Okay. We need a fucking Black Illusion Ritual off the top. That's what we need. That's what we need, baby. We need that or Burial to kill the fucking Drill. Or there's a million ways we kill this guy and it's good for us. At this point, I think one of his back rows is a bluff because he set 2. Here's Foolish. That's going to send Dandy. That's going to be a fucking problem. But again, we just need to fucking hit one time. We just need like Black Illusion Ritual, Manju, something like that. I don't remember if I cited out the Manju, but if we draw it, we're good. If we draw it, we're Gucci. I need him to not have a fucking Vanities Fiend in his hand. 2. There's Pot of Avarice. We can actually stop this with DD Crow. And we're going to DD Crow the Dandy, of course, because the other cards don't matter. Don't want to let him draw 2 cards here. Well, it would clear everything for his drill. Whatever he pitches, he can get back next turn. So, and it also might incentivize him not to banish the drill, which I want him to do. I want him to banish this drill so I can find the fucking Black Illusion Ritual and then lock it out. I want him to banish it. Okay, here's another 1200. We don't have a lot of time, too. We have like maybe 1-2 more draw steps to make this work. God, this matchup is bad. They just fucking have everything they need to interact with you. And drill is so busted. I say in every video, second best synchro in the format, and it's not even close. It's not even close. It's like Bryonic, then drill, then huge gap, then everything else. He pitched a D prison. Wow, that's crazy. Pitched a D prison. Okay, Ryza is a something. Ryza is something. It'll at least force some back row. It'll at least force some back row. So what? How are we doing this Ryza shit? We're just going for it off the Treeborn? That's a risk. We're going to go for it, though. Maybe he has Solemn. We're going to target a back row. Nice. It worked. Okay, cool. Okay. Can we afford to attack? No. No, we just die, actually. If he plays this right, we just die, I think. Yeah, we can't even afford to brain control or anything. We can't afford to attack. We can't afford to brain control. We can't afford to do anything. We just have to rip next turn. We have one shot. We have one shot. We have to rip. He goes drill, bring back quick draw, sack, make, turbo, attack. That's 25. Pitch, banish, drill. We drop down to 700. We can't even brain control the turbo. So we're actually just dead if he plays this right. I don't know if he will, but we're actually just dead if he plays this right. Because Relinquished can't get over Turbo Warrior, as it stands. It can't get over Turbo Warrior. He added back the Quick Draw, so he has the line in his mind. He's going to activate Quick Draw? Well, that's interesting. Does he have Lethal then? Does he have a spell card? Because oh, Junk Archer is lethal. Junk Archer is lethal, yeah. He's going to go for the Junk Archer lethal. Damn, that is fucking whack. Just needed a Manju or a spell. That's so fucking whack. It's whack that he's going for it too, because this is actually really high risk for him. But yeah, we lose. Damn, that's fucking lame. I'll say GG's. What was set? I want to know what was set. I want to know if we could have won. Yeah, we would have won. Just needed Manju or Ritual Spell. Just needed Manju or Ritual Spell. Damn. He did have Torrential too. That's crazy. That's crazy. That was a tough one. That matchup doesn't look good. Straight up, it doesn't look good. It's crazy he had Torrential and then didn't use it there too. Because that's like... I think that's just like a throw. Maybe. Maybe not. Crazy. Yeah, if we had found the Ritual Spell, I think we would have been okay. We'll play one last game. I think this deck is tight. I think this game is tight. Not this game. This deck is tight, so we'll try it out. We'll try it out one more game. It's been kind of a long video because the deck is a little bit grindy. And that last game was pretty long, but I think the deck is tight. I think it's a lot of fun, so I want to showcase it. I think we're just going to pass. We're not going to do anything. We could sub into Treeborn, but we have sub Soul next turn, and we also have Gores, so I think it's better to get our Gores live. A Legendary Ocean. Sheesh, that's scary, okay. This is fucking scary as shit, but we have the Gores. Hell yeah, but hell yeah. Okay, hold up. The plan this turn is to go sub, Soul, and Typhoon the Thing. So we'll Typhoon the Thing now. And then we'll go Subsitoad, Soul Exchange, his guy, activate Subsitoad, sacrificing the Grizzly, summoning out all of our dudes. So we'll go double Frog, just get these out of the deck. We'll grab swap bounce Gores, I think. Swap send sub. Activate bounce Gores. Then sack the swap. Go get dupe. Sack this guy. Go get dupe. And then sack this guy. Go get uni. We still have an annoying substitute in the deck that we can brick on, but I like this position. And we'll just pass. Here, if he has Coderis plus field spell times 2, round 2, he shouldn't have activated this Legendary Ocean, by the way. It was just greedy to get that extra 200. He should have held it. Because that card turns into a +1 later in the game in these decks. In the Coderis decks, it's like, that card is your Regeki. So you need to hold that card in your hand. Just playing it for 200 extra points of damage is much worse than just holding it for 2 pops, in my opinion. Warrior of Atlantis, this card is such a rulings nightmare. Because a Legendary Ocean is always treated as Umi. So the name isn't technically a Legendary Ocean. So this card searches for a card that doesn't technically exist. Yeah, the rulings are a nightmare on this card. Also, when you Mind Crush, if you can't name a Legendary Ocean because that card doesn't exist. It's just such a nightmare. Okay, he has a set monster that's got to be another Grizzly, I'm assuming, which is fine. That's fine. We can play around the Grizzly. We can do some stuff there. We can go ahead and summon the swap, activate the effect, send the last. Oops, not that shit. Send the last substitute from our deck to the grave, so we don't brick on that shit. We need to find a non-Morbius Monarch. We'll switch the Unifrog to attack. We'll attack directly for 400. Just get in a little bit of chip damage. And then I think with the swap, we actually want to bounce the Unifrog to our hand. Because this card is higher value than the other cards. If he goes Coderis, pop, double, dupe, I guess we could add back the Unifrog, but I'd rather just guarantee have the Unifrog if there's a way he has to make the dupes mistiming or whatever. I'd rather him not just like, or he could just go Coderis, pop, uni, pop, swap, that kind of thing. Here's the Legendary Ocean. We knew this was coming. But he's just activating it raw again. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Never mind. He has Daedalus. Okay. So this is pretty good from him. These dupes are allowing us back to get... God, the fucking lag is insane, man. We're going to get back double swap to hand. He's going to activate salvage. Okay, that works. Normally, I think this guy is pretty bad. I think he's pretty bad. I think Diva is generally better in these decks. Because you can play like one Diva, one Gilman. It's like actually not bad. Whereas the other guy, like you draw him on, he knows I have Gores. Yeah, that's right. You don't want to attack here. Because you know I have Gores. And we drew Ryza. Perfect. So he was able to add back the guy, but we have Ryza, so... I mean, Ryza's going to put this guy on top. And then we can set up the swap Ryza lock. We're going to special swap in defense to play around Gores a little bit. Yes, we know 2 of the cards in his hands, but we want to play around Gores a little bit and then bounce the Ryza to the hand. Pass. He can attack over the swap frog, but I mean, we have Ryza for next turn too, so that should be a wrap. He's like actually locked out. Yeah, there's the Grizzly. This attacks over the swap, but then again, like, doesn't have back row. Doesn't have... Oh, I guess he does have a back row. Interesting. Relinquished finally showing its head. The engine that we wanted to play is showing up. God, let me go to main 1. Bruh. Okay. It's not letting me go to main 1 because dueling book. I wonder if these videos would be shorter. Like, deadass, I wonder if they'd be shorter if there was no fucking dueling book lag. Obviously, they'd be shorter, but like, I wonder how much shorter they'd be. Like, how expedited it would be if the fucking platform actually worked. Okay, 2400 direct. Drops to 2800. Next turn, we don't quite have lethal. We don't have anywhere near lethal, actually. So we know his hand is 3 monsters. We know the 3 monsters in his hand is like Mother Grizzly and the other dude. And ooh, that's a good one for later. We can sack Treeborn for Morbius. Morbius pop his lone set. It was Torrential. Interesting. Okay. That was a long Torrential. Respectable, but he's still down 3 cards. And we're getting Treeborn next turn, and we have all Gasoline in our deck. We have the whole Relinquished engine to draw into. I might want to add a 3rd Manju to this deck just because that card is so good. That card is so good. Right, we're going to summon Unifrog this turn just to get in the chip damage, make it so 1 Caius attack is lethal. That extra 400, 800 points is really adding up. It's really adding up here. It's in a good spot for us, I think. My phone has been blowing up this whole video. Who is texting me? Oh. Zach Maitland. Zach Maitland is texting me. Shout out Zach Maitland. What is this, level 5? He is playing Diva. So he just has the Ice Barrier dude randomly. Weird. Alright, we're going to take some damage. Oh, wait, we got to take 400 more. Cool. There we go. He can attack over the Treeborn, but we'll just get it back. We'll just add that little guy back. And there's a Manju. That's exactly what we needed. We can double Relinquished for game, I believe. We'll go Manju. Activate. Grab Black Illusion Ritual. Black Illusion Ritual. Sacrifice Treeborn. Special Relinquished. And then we'll go Preparation of Rites. Go grab another Relinquished. Go grab the Black Illusion Ritual back. And this is the power of this deck, is you can like make 3 plays and actually go for like big pushes in situations where like you normally wouldn't be able to. We can double Relinquished, take his dudes, and then that's going to be lethal damage. GG. GG. Game 2. Game 2 against Codaris. Obviously, you got to have the dusts. Yeah, you got to have the dusts. You got to have the dusts and maybe even the Twister too. I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure. I think it's just dusts, Fader, maybe. Really, it's just the dust and the Twister. I think everything else should be okay for us to deal with. Like, Relinquish should be pretty good here. He could be playing Royal Oppression, but we're bringing in 2 dust and Twister, so it should be alright. I don't think Gores is that good. I don't think... I don't think we really need the Jhin in this matchup. I don't think he special summons all that much. I think this did not expect Ritual. Yeah, it's the sauce. Gotta let him know. Relinquished is where it's at. Okay, this hand kind of blows, but at least we have Soul Monarch. At least we have Soul Monarch, so we can do something. Manju would be a good draw. Subsitode would be an excellent draw. I think this deck is the sauce. I need to improve the quick draw matchup. I think that's going to be my goal moving forward with this deck, is just have a sideboard for the quick draw matchup. Unfortunately for us, in the last game, he just had like the perfect double summon stop plus Drill Warrior turn 1 combo, game 3, which is just tough, really. All right, I don't know what we do here. Prep is a good draw. It is a good draw, but I think we wait till he has another monster to Soul X Monarch. I think we can take the chip shots. That might be a little bit too overconfident, but I think we can take the chip shots here. Okay, there's Legendary Ocean. That's fine. That doesn't amount to much. Here's Flip the Mother Grizzly. That's also fine. Here's Summon Codaris. Also fine. He could use the Codaris to pop our back row. He shouldn't. He should attack with both first. Okay, that maybe means he has another Legendary Ocean in hand. We're going to chain that and pop his other back row. Potentially that's a... Yeah, Forgotten Temple of the Deep. That's what I was thinking it was too. Because he really aggressively used his Codaris effect. So there's a good chance he just had another one. But this is going to be really awkward for him. I mean, we're going to banish his Codaris. So Salvage is going to be offline. Yeah, I think this is going to be really tough for him. Another Caius, not the best draw. I'm going to be real. We sack the Mother Grizzly, summon Caius, and then Caius banish the Codaris. Don't want to rise of this dude. Even though there's potential of locking him out of the game, he could have another Legendary Ocean and then just actually like put us in a bad spot. So I'd rather just banish it, cut off salvage, force him to top deck and out to the Caius, and be in a bad spot, more or less. Sets a monster, perfect. And Twister's also perfect. Because he set a monster, now I'm happy to Ryza. Because now he's locked. Now he's for sure locked. We can go for the attack. I don't think he plays Gores in this deck with Forgotten Sample of the Deep. He might. When I played the Daedalus version, I played Battle Faders. Played 3 Battle Faders, so there is a chance. Because you can go Battle Fader into Legendary Ocean, sack for Daedalus, and then pretty much kill your opponent. Nether Prep, not the best draw either. Interesting. Kind of breaking a little bit here. Caius banished the legendary, not legendary, but the guy who searches for the card that doesn't exist, basically. That's where we're at. Alright, if he has it, he has it, but I think we just have to set Twister. The only way he can out Caius main 1 is with Legendary Ocean. So, I think we have to set Twister here. This might be a bane if we, like, end up needing a Treeborn's activation sometime, but I think we're okay. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's actually very good. I think it's still just Monarch until we don't have Monarchs. Mermaid Archer. A lot of level 3 monsters that I don't think are very good. Putting him to 800 is a good spot to be at. That means Swap Frog is a lethal attack. Yeah, I think he just has too much of this, like, riff-raff in his deck. If he slimmed it down, made it more like Fader Caius, and then, like, Mother Grizzly Codaris, and then just, like, made it more about, like, board sweeping and shit, then I think that would be much more provocative, if you will. Okay, this is a tight spot to be in, because if that's a Mother Grizzly, then no, he's just dead. All right, cool. Nice. GG's. A little bit too much, I think, of this fluff. Like, this card and the Cryomancer and the Daedalus and all of that all together is just too many monsters. It's just too many monsters that don't amount to anything. These cards don't give you measurable advantage. He has Gilman as well. It's just way too many monsters. You need speed. If you have that many monsters, you need Cyber Dragon, you need Battle Fader, you need ways to get free summons so that you can slam a Daedalus like surprise. Your normal summon are all high impact. They're either Mother Grizzly, which keeps your board presence, doesn't lose you a normal summon. Codaris, which blows up 2 cards, so +1 card. Daedalus, which is a field nuke, so all high impact. Or like Caius Diva. I think those are like the 4 normal summons you want to focus on in Codaris, if you want to focus on normal summons at all. And then have like Cyber Dragon, Battle Fader, Warrior of Atlantis. Warrior of Atlantis can be a normal summon. In some matchups, it's okay as a normal summon, but for the most part, it's just going to be a combo piece for your Codaris and your Daedalus. So I think just focusing on those as your normal summons and then going from there is good. I don't think Cryomancer is good. I don't think Mermaid Archer is all that good. I actually don't even think Diva's that great. I think if you just focused on Grizzly, Codaris, and Daedalus and Caius, then you're good. Maybe Diva, but I don't think Diva really adds too much to the deck other than like making your salvages a little bit better. So that's going to be my advice on that. And that's going to be this video. Let me know what you guys thought of Relinquished Frogs. This is a deck I'm super high on. I do want to try out a few different things to deal with fuck-ass quick draw. That deck gives me a headache, man. I think we might want to add some Fossil Dynas in the sideboard. Some of these cards I'm just like never siding in. Like Trag I'm never siding in. Probably don't really need to side in like double Cyber Dragon that often. I don't know. Maybe like the Trag and the extra Battle Fader could easily be like extra stuff to help deal with quick draw. Because quick draw is a pain in the ass. It's a really bad matchup for Frogs in general. Against this deck, you have a few extra tools. You have the Djinn. You have the, you have triple Vanities in the sideboard. But it is hard to stick that. And you have to get them to not go into Turbo Warrior. You have to basically bait them to not go into Turbo Warrior. For those of you who don't know what Turbo Warrior does, he can't be targeted by level 6 or lower monsters. So none of the Monarchs can target him. Relinquished can't target him. My whole deck loses to him outside of like Gores, Light and Darkness, Triple Soul, Brain. So like you have like 6 outs to him basically. If they ever go into it against your deck, once they know you're on Relinquished, then you're kind of boned. So I think maybe some Lightning Vortexes or some Fossil Dynas, something to that degree, which can help you deal with those bullshit decks. I think might be a good inclusion. I could definitely see a couple of fossil dinos right there, just as a way to lock out the cards that give you trouble. In any case, don't forget to subscribe. I really want to hit 10K by the end of the year. There's going to be some really big stuff that we're planning on doing. So make sure and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.